many times you do this when you come to a new water in search of a pike. There's always an extra buzz, a bit of a tingle, as you never quite know what you may encounter. Good morning. Welcome back to An Angler's Diary. Thank you for joining me. Yeah, so brand new water, never been here before. In fact, waters, there's 2 ponds here, both of which contain pike, I'm assured. And I'm having a walk round just to get a feel for the place before I decide. Actually, to be honest with you, before I decide whether I'm going to fish or not, I really wanted just to have a look and see what the place is about. It looks quite promising, I have to say. So yeah, I'm having a wander around, have a quick look, try and weigh the place up, and then decide what I'm going to do next. I'll be back if I decide to fish. I think there's a fair chance. Right then, we're fishing. I know nothing about this pond. This is the bigger of the 2 ponds. I know absolutely nothing about it. The only thing I've learnt so far, I put a lead on and had a bit of a lead around, and there is a thick covering of weed which comes up quite a way off the bottom. And so rather than float ledger, which I assumed is what I would be doing, I've decided to start by suspending both baits quite shallow, probably down about 4 feet at most, so that I can move them around and see if we can find something. Why did I choose this peg? It's in the sunshine. So, nothing too technical at all about it. I just thought I'd like to sit in the sun. As I say, I'm going to move these around a bit and just see what happens, and rest assured, if anything happens, you'll be the first to know. Oh, baits, sardines on both rods, fished horizontally, suspended under the float. Yeah, anything happens, you'll be the first to know. Well, that's about an hour, and apart from one bob on one of the floats, no action. Although I have learnt a little bit more now, because one of the bailiffs has been round, so I've managed to have a chat with him. This pond is primarily fished for the carp. There's some good sized carp in here apparently. There are other fish, but it's mainly fished for the carp. The other pond, which is the smaller one, is more generally stocked. It has a general stock of fishing, and according to the bailiff, some of the better fish come out of the smaller pond, better pike come out of the smaller pond. So I'm now faced with a decision: do I start an ups route and move over there, or perhaps just stick it out here to see if I can find a fish and keep the other pond for another day. I'll give it some thought. That's 2 hours, and time for a new swim. Try some different water. See if we can find one. Two. Let's just see if this can produce for us. So that's me settled into swim number 2. Initial thoughts, well, I quite like the place, to be honest. It's a comfortable place to fish. Some good pegs to fish from, and at the moment and throughout the morning I've had the place to myself, which is always a bonus. The approach I'm using, suspended bait, seems to be working quite well. Those of you that are kind enough to follow the channel will have seen me use this approach successfully on the carp pond, when I fished the carp pond for the pike, and it seems to suit this venue quite well. I mean, there is very thick bottom weed. How deep that weed is a bit difficult to tell, but in the 2 swims that I've fished so far, there's about 3 to 4 feet of clear water before you reach the top of the weed, and so I'm fishing between 3 and 4 feet deep with the bait suspended, and with this swirling breeze that's got up, the baits are moving, the floats and the baits are moving around quite nicely and covering a bit of water. So it does seem to be an approach that is working, except that it hasn't caught me a fish yet. So, but no, I quite like it. And I've decided I would stick on this pond for today, and then the next time I come, I'll fish the other pond and give that a try. So, as I say, no fish so far, but looking promising, perhaps. Oh, well, not sure that was forecast. Well, thankfully, the sun's come back out. I was sitting here in the pouring rain thinking perhaps that rain shower might switch the fish on, but so far it hasn't. A couple of other guys on the pond now. There's one guy, looks like a carp angler, seems to have set up house on a peg, and there's a young lad coming around with a lure rod, so it'll be an interesting, if I can get a conversation with him, it'll be interesting. I might learn something about this place. At the moment it's defeating me. Hey ho. Well, that's it. That's a new water blank. But I've learned a little bit today. Certainly feel better equipped than when I got here this morning. And I think I'll take the advice I was given earlier this morning by the bailiff, and when I come down next time, I'll try the other pond. What's next? Well, I think my pal Dave and I will probably be piking on a river somewhere. So if you can join us, that would be nice. Thanks for watching this one. Hope you've enjoyed it. Sorry, no fish to show you. But until the next time, let's hope we get a fish or two. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.